Hi students, welcome to my class, SNB Maths class. Uh, this lesson actually is the first lesson on Karnataka CET. It will be series of lesson covering both first PUC as well as second PUC. My plan is like this. First, I will be taking one particular chapter, for example, chapter wise, first PUC as well as second PUC. First, some MCQ will be very simple questions just to build you confidence in you. That is one thing. Second one is through those questions only, I would like to discuss the concepts, theories related to chapter. Of course, it may not be possible to cover everything of that chapter. So, my suggestion is revise the topic and then you see this video, so that definitely it will help you in preparing your CET. So the lessons will be normally consisting of first MCQ will be simple and concept based. Then I will be taking old CET questions chapter wise. Definitely it will help you to prepare for your CET. This is one thing. The next one is I'm also taking regular online classes on complete syllabus. That is from January 2021. It is in the morning and as well as in the evening in two separate batches. According to the convenience, you can join. And if you are interested, you can contact this number as well as email. So this is one information. Now let us start the class. But before that, I would like to request you, please subscribe my channel, so that, and I will be putting all these lessons in a particular playlist. I hope some of you may be watching my lessons on theory also. I am regularly uploading the lessons of first PUC chapter as well as second PUC chapter, chapter wise. Uh, Please watch those things also, so that definitely it will help you. Now let me start. The first question: the set of intelligent students in class is a null set, a singleton set, a finite set, not a well-defined collection. Definitely this is D is the option. You know what is the meaning of well-defined object or well-defined collection. That is the definition of set. So I need not explain. I purposely included this because I wanted to just connect with old syllabus of first PUC. So it is not well defined, therefore option is D. This is the simplest question which I have selected. The following set A is x such that x is an integer, minus 1 by 2 less than x less than 9 by 2. B, x such that x is a month of a year not having 31 days is equivalent to. So here the question is this: first you must understand what is the meaning of equivalent sets. Of course there is a small mistake. Two sets are equivalent if they have same number of elements, not same element but same number of elements. So that is the idea. Therefore if you look into the option, first one is A itself contains 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, because x should be integer. That is the first thing. Second one is it should be between minus 1 by 2, 9 by 2. Therefore definitely we can write this as 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the first we have to convert into roster. Second one also, B will be definitely equal to February, April, June, September and November, which are not having 31 days. Now these two are actually equivalent. Therefore definitely option is B. So this is the second question. Let A and B be two non-empty subsets of X such that A is not a subset of B. That's all. Only this much is given. But condition is both A and B are subsets of X. So options given are, see, I have selected this question purposely. See, in such questions, you don't have any particular property to be proved. It is just verifying, and it should be true for any such case. You take any x, any a, b satisfying the condition, we should be able to establish that statement. So let us take like this: x equal to 1, 2, 3, and a equal to 1, 2, b equal to 2, 3, because condition says both should be subset of x, that's all. Second one is a is not subset of b, because therefore I have included 1 and 2 in a, b 2, 3, so that a is definitely not subset of b. So this all the conditions given in the statement are satisfied. Now you check which is correct. A is always subset of b complement. What is b complement? B complement contains only 1. So definitely A is not subset of B complement. So definitely first one is ruled out. B is always subset of A, because in the given statement it is not given like that. Therefore definitely second one is also ruled out. And in my example it is very clear. A and B are disjoint, also not possible, because 2 is common. Therefore what is the option left out? So D is the option. So the fourth question is, which of the following is not a null set? Let us take the option. So set of odd natural numbers divisible by 2, definitely you can say no odd number is divisible by 2, it is empty set. Second one is, of course you should be bit careful, set of even prime numbers, 2 is even and 2 is also prime number, so definitely it is singleton set. And definitely the last third one is empty set, any number, natural number less than 5, but you should be more than 7, not possible. Similarly the fourth one is also whenever two straight lines are parallel there cannot be common point, so it is also right. But here the understanding is that there must be two separate lines, so that's the understanding. So this is fourth question, so B is the option. So fifth one, which of the following is an equal set? Of course it is a very simple question. I purposely included this because equivalent and equal sets. Now it is very clear, A and B in the first option equal, because ABCD and DCBA same element, order is only different, and we have seen that in case of sets order of the occurrence of the element is not important. Definitely A is equal. Now let us check the remaining also. So B cannot be equal because A contains 12 and set B contains 16, therefore option B is not possible. Similarly option C is also not possible because A is only multiple of 10, whereas B is containing not multiple of 10 also, 15, 25, etc. So definitely they are not equal. And of course none of the above we need not consider, because I already got the answer. So this is the question. Let us go to the next one. Two finite sets have m and n elements. The number of subsets of first set is 112, more than that of the second set. The value of m and n are respectively. Actually this is a very good question. Unfortunately or fortunately, I don't know, options given are very trivial, and this is actually a very good message for us when you are preparing or writing CET. Sometimes the examiner might have given this purposely. See, the thing is, if number of A equal to n, number of subsets of A is 2 power n. So this you have seen as a property last year. Now let me tell you what is the triviality of the options. Number of A is m and number of B is n, let us say. Now if you read the second sentence, the number of subsets of first set is 112 more than the number of subsets of second, means definitely m must be more than n. Now look at the option. 4, 7 not possible, 7, 4 that is the only possibility, because C also not possible, D also not possible. So without wasting time, because none of this is not given here, so your answer must be B, because 7, 4. Of course none of this is there, then of course it is risky, otherwise definitely. But let us work out, because the question is good. Let us discuss the solution. See, number of A minus number of B, that is equal to 112, that is given. So substitute 2 power m minus 2 power n equal to 112. Now you see, in such question you must always look at the options and then you have to try. So 2 power n is 128 and 2 power 4 is 16 and the difference of them is 112. So definitely B is the answer. I am giving the solution because sometimes they may give other options, like instead of 474477 they may give first element more, number is more, second number is less. In that case, for example, it can be 8 and 5, then 9 and 3, something like that. So in such cases, of course, we should know how to solve it also. Therefore I have given you the solution. But remember, whenever in a competitive examination, if options are not possible, some of the options are not possible, don't waste time. Next one, if x equal to a equal to x such that x equal to 4n plus 1, 2 less than or equal to n less than or equal to 5, then the number of subsets of A is. Let us first take the options. So here let me first tell you what is the necessary minimum thing required to solve this question. N can take 2, 3, 4, 5, only 4 values. Therefore definitely number of A must be equal to 4 only. So there is no need to calculate what is A or find what is A. So number of, question is subset of A, how many subset of A are there, and we know number of subsets will be equal to 2 power 4, so that is 16, because this is the property. Why I am telling this? Because sometimes because of our normal practice, students are tempted to find what is A, which is waste of time. That is why substituting n equal to 2, n equal to 3, etc. So here you have to understand what is required, number of subsets. So the answer is definitely A. Next, question number 8. If A is same, similar question only, but there is a small change. X equal to n square, of course n is 1, 2, 3. Definitely number of elements of A here is also only 3. So options given are 3, 8 and 7. Let me work out this question just for one reason, that is A, of course this is the condition, and will be 149. Now let me write the subset of A so that it will be a revision also for us. Pi is the first subset, then 1, then 2, then 3, of course 1, 2, that is 2 elements, then the last one is 1, 2. Now look at the question, the number of proper subset that is asked. Therefore proper subset means we have to take pi 1, 2, 3, then 1, 2, then 2, 3, then 1, 3. But we cannot take 149 because that is not proper subset. Therefore the answer is 7. See, this type of questions are important because in CET examination, some students do not read the problem properly. Just they read subset, number of subsets. If suppose you miss proper, definitely there is a danger of going to the option B. Therefore it is very, very important, though the question is simple. Next question, if A and B are two non-empty sets such that power set of A, it is not probability here because it comes under set, probability is different. So power set of A union power set of B is equal to, options given are like this, power set of A union B, or power set of A intersection B, or power set of A is same as power set of B, none of this. How to do this type of question? See here, it should be true for any two subsets A and B. So let us take, for example, A equal to 1, 2, B equal to 3. Simple case. I am not taking disjoint also. I am taking one element common. Now what we shall do is, A union B we will find, of course 1, 2, 3. A intersection B is also required, but it is very simple because it is singleton set 2 only. Therefore I have not written. Now let us calculate power set of A. So it is empty set, then 1, 2 and 1, 2. Same way, power set of B is empty set 2, 3 and 2, 3. Of course, only change in the elements. Now look here, power set of A union B means I have to take union of the power set of A, power set of B. So it contains empty set 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 and 2, 3. Now look at this one. power set of A union B, because A union B contains 3 elements, it should contain 8 elements. Empty set 1, then 2, then 3, then 1, 2, 2, 3, 1, 3 and 1, 2, 3. Now it is very clear from the given example which one is correct. Definitely power set of A union power set of B and power set of A union B, they are not same. So first option is ruled out. A intersection B definitely ruled out, and they are not equal because elements are not same. Power set of A and power. So definitely option is D. Next question. Of course, this is a very simple question, but let us take it so that it is a revision. A is given, B is given, C is given. Now we have to calculate A intersection B, then union A intersection C. So options given here are, see, in any such question, you cannot guess the answer. Of course, some people who are very quick in manipulating mentally, you can do it, but it is not easy because elements are too big. Therefore, it is not easy. So let us take like this: A intersection B. You know the method. So this is 3, 4, 10. Similarly, you take A intersection C. So this is also, of course, in the CET you may ask, should we write all these things? It is not necessary. This you can directly write, but I have to show here because I am working. So now this equal to definitely, so 3, 4, 10. So option is A. Next question. If A and B are two sets, then A intersection B, its complement is equal to. So 4 options are given. In such cases, it is not easy to guess also one thing. Second one is, you need not take the example here. That is not necessary because it is based on property. If you remember, A intersection B complement equal to. So let me work out. So you can take directly what is A intersection B bracket A intersection B complement. See, this is the rule which we studied last year, De Morgan's law. A intersection B complement is A complement union B complement. Therefore, first we have to write A intersection B complement as A complement union B complement. Now, in the second stage, it is a distributive property because A then intersection inside the bracket union. So, we have to use the property A intersection B union C is A intersection B union A intersection C. Therefore, using that, we have to write this one. Now, what is the next step? See, A intersection A complement is pi because they are disjoint sets. Then union A intersection B complement, and you know that union of any set with empty set is the same set. Therefore, definitely it is A intersection B complement. Therefore, option should be the last one, D. Next question. X such that X is an odd natural number, that is the set A. Set B is X such that X is a prime number. Now, what is A intersection B? So, there are 4 options: odd natural number, prime number, odd prime number, and none of this. So, let us write this one. A is actually 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 because it is odd natural number. Next, B is prime number. Therefore, definitely it should be 2, 3 because 1 is not a prime number, but the first prime number is 2, which is even actually. 2, 3, 5, 7, etc. Now, if you take A intersection B, what happens is, I cannot include 2 because it is not there in the first set. And remember, we cannot include all odd numbers also because 9 is an odd number, but it is not the prime because 9 is 3 into 3. Therefore, it contains only, see, the 2 conditions should be met here in the last one. It should be odd, number 1. Second one is it should be prime. Therefore, definitely the option is C, odd prime numbers. This is a very interesting question. See, to do this question, you should know, you should revisit your high school geometry where you have studied quadrilateral. There are different types of quadrilaterals. Therefore, let me first write. F1 is, in the given question, F1 is parallelogram, then F2 is rectangle, F3 is rhombus, then F4 is squares, and F5 is trapezium. Now we have to recollect all these figures. Now let me draw first. F3 is trapezium. What is trapezium? Trapezium is a quadrilateral in which one pair of opposite sides parallel. This is the condition. Second one is, if you put two conditions, F1 is parallelogram, both pairs are parallel. Therefore, this is a thing. So, you can say now, if a given quadrilateral is parallelogram, it is also trapezium. But the other way is not true. So, that is what you have to understand. Then, if you make the angle equal, it becomes rectangle. And the symbol given here is F2. And similarly, if you make the sides equal instead of angles, it becomes rhombus. So this is F3 according to the given problem. And what is square actually? Square can be achieved actually in two different ways. See, rectangle, if you make sides equal, it becomes square. And rhombus, if you make angles equal, it becomes square. Therefore, now you can say this way, F4 is rectangle also, F4 is rhombus also. Therefore, in terms of set language, you can say F4 is a subset of F2 and F4 is subset of F3 also. You can go in this direction. Every square is a rhombus, every square is a rectangle also. But it is not the other way. So, what happens is, if you look at the given option, look here, F1 intersection F2, if you take, even you can look from this one, F1 intersection F2 actually means what? It is rectangle, because every rectangle is a parallelogram. So first one is ruled out. F3 intersection F4, F3 intersection F4, you will get only rhombus, because every rhombus is not a square, but every square is a rhombus. So like that, if you keep on thinking, definitely the last option D is correct, because F1 union F2 union F3 union F4, that will be F1. F1 means what? F1 is parallelogram. So a parallelogram should include all these things actually. Therefore, this is the correct option. Let us conclude here. If you like this video, please subscribe and share with your friends. I will definitely continue with the same sequence in the next video lesson. Let us meet in the next session. Till then, bye, take care. Let us meet once again. Hope you will continue to watch this video and encourage me. Thank you.